there, and welcome back to Cuckoo for Books. My name is Salva, and today I will be doing a book review on Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. For those of you who don't know, this is a sequel to her first book, Red Queen, and you can watch my review of Red Queen right over here. Let's just establish one thing so I don't have to keep repeating myself. One thing I've learned reading Victoria Aveyard's books, they really do start off slow, and it's not until about the halfway point where things start getting really good. So I just want to put it out there so I don't have to keep referring back to pacing in this novel. Glass Sword is where the series goes fully into dystopian mode. First book sort of toyed with being sci-fi and fantasy and dystopian all at once. I think a lot of the elements in Glass Sword definitely push it over to the dystopian side. You know, you've got the helicopters and military bases, and there's little mention of palaces and gowns and blah 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 blah. For me at least, it was a good move to fully stick to a genre, and if this book had a name, it would be Glass Sword ... where Mare goes full Katniss. This book had a serious X-Men vibe. They start to recruit some of the new bloods, as they're called, people who are born red but have the abilities of silvers. I really love all the recruitment scenes. It wasn't a cliche training montage. It took up a good chunk of the novel, so I appreciate that she took the time to flesh it out and made us comfortable with each of the new characters that came in one by one. So it's been a whole book. I still don't understand the purpose of having Kalorn around. There are already a lot of characters as is, and I still don't see it. I still have this bit of insta-love feeling with Cal and Mare, especially in the beginning. Mare was like still so hooked on thinking about Cal. Your brother is alive, you're safe from Maven, yet all her thoughts are completely focused on Cal. You take care of your brother, you take care of your family, you take care of yourself, girl, and then we can start thinking about the hot prince. But what I also really loved about this novel is that I finally started to like Farley. Farley was not my favorite character in Red Queen. In Red Queen, she was more of a stock character, you know, the tough girl, the captain of the rebellion. The second book is where we see her in another light. She definitely has more facets to her, family-wise, friends-wise, experiences-wise. I don't want to give anything away, but I think this book was when I finally started to go, you know what? She's not half bad. I'm liking this Farley character. And now we are here at Spoiler Junction, about to hop onto the spoiler train, because spoiler everywhere. So hop on the spoiler train with me. Choo-choo! I really love all the escape scenes, particularly escaping from Tuck from the first time. One of my favorite sequences in the entire novel was them breaking into the security center right up until they first run into Maven for the first time in the entire novel. That was just so heart and throat beating as fast as it could moment. If you look at it from an objective point of view, it was a stereotypical chase scene, but Victoria Aveyard, she wrote it with such an oomph to it. In her Q&A, she did mention that writing action scenes was kind of her forte, and you can clearly see it through all of the escape scenes, all of the fight scenes in this book. It's clearly plotted out. Final battle scenes are really good in the Red Queen series. Being an action writer certainly works in her favor. I get Mare. I don't hate her as a character. There are definitely YA characters that I dislike more than her, but there were times throughout the novel where I was like, I get what you're feeling, Mare, but not everything is about you. She looks at all these people dying and all these Reds dying, and they think, oh, all these people are dying for me. And it's like, no, they're dying for the revolution, you potato. Like, you are an important cog in that machine, but a cog nonetheless. They're doing it so they can have a better life, and so that they won't be oppressed anymore. They're not dying for you. Get that through your head, Mare. Shade. Who I felt really bad for was Farley. I heard from my good friend Kevin that there are theories bouncing around that Farley is pregnant, and I didn't realize that until after I talked with him. Like, I finished the novel and then he brought it up, and my mind was just blown. Looking back, there were scenes that sort of hinted at it, and I just think that'd be crazy if she turns out to be pregnant in the next novel. I want to see more of the twins who showed up at the end of the book. I feel like they're gonna play a pretty dang big part. The ending was the cliffhangers of all cliffhangers. Loads better than the first book. This one, I'm very much excited to see how the third book starts, and according to Victoria, it's starting off right after, like minutes after. So I'm very excited to see how that plays out. It was very epic. It was very Game of Thrones. I don't know how many of you watch Game of Thrones, but towards the end of the last season, something like that happened. So it was very, like, almost an homage to that. And that is it for my Glass Sword review. If you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, both at Cuckoo for Books, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys!